We are on the road near Fullerton, Nebraska, spending a few moments now with Tracy Belitz, who is a Nebraska author, just came out with her first book called A Farmer's Wife. So, Tracy, let's get right to it. Why'd you write the book?
I wrote it for my husband. He married a farmer, didn't know anything about farming, and I just thought it would be my way of a gift to him for all the fun we've had. Sarcasm.
Well, let's talk about that. I guess, where did the inspiration, where did the idea come to write a book?
Well, part of it was from Facebook. I was doing, every day I was just writing, like, you're married to a farmer when, and I just make things up that we did, and people were liking it, and people had known I had wanted to write a book for over 10 years, so, and they kept asking, where's that book, and it just seemed like now is the right time to do it.
All right, so is there a favorite passage, a favorite maybe anecdote or something that really kind of brings the whole thing together as you look at your life as a farmer's wife?
In the book, yeah, the first poem I have, it's called A Farmer's Wife, and it would be the last verse. So, and it says that if I had a second chance to choose another life, there'd be no doubt in my mind I'd choose a farmer's wife. So I think that kind of brings it all together and kind of explains everything. Couldn't go back and live in the city.
The farm life is one that I'm sure brings challenges and trials, but there's also an awful lot of rewards with it too.
Oh, absolutely. Good place to raise children, and big space, big gardens.
Well, let's talk about it then. The Farmer's Wife. You made a conscious decision as you put it together to keep as much as you can here in Nebraska as you put it together, and now it's been published.
Right. Yeah. I wanted everything here in Nebraska. I think that we are an agricultural state, and to support it economically that way too. So, or financially, and yeah.
Now, before I want you to look in that book, and I want you to read a little something from it in just a little bit. But also, let's talk about that experience. Probably people watching may have the same things like you. They've had some life experiences or some life stories that may be worth sharing, and put it down, in a book form. And you're not, this isn't a J.K. Rowling novel of 700 pages. It's just a few. And so maybe talk about that whole process of getting it from, hey, yeah, I think I will write a book, to where you are today. How long did it take? Some of maybe the challenges, but also some of the good lessons you learned by putting this together.
Well, actually, it's kind of in a span of time. The oldest one I wrote in 1986, and the last one was 2005 in this book. Couldn't write anything after that. We had too many other personal situations, didn't have the time. But it just came to fruition. I don't know, I just decided I wanted to do it, and it felt like it was the right time. And I wanted to do this all for my whole life anyway. So, and with Lynn, my husband, and my dad, I did it for my dad too. His health isn't the best, so, and he's known I wanted to write a book for a long time, so I thought it'd be the time to get this done.
And we are conducting the interview, by the way, in their office and library, and so it looks like you are very much one that enjoys books. You have a lot of collections and a lot of books. I'm sure that probably almost all these books mean something to you.
Yeah, either they're a collection of authors I like, or old books. I like to collect old books. So.
Good. Well, now, as you find that, we want you to share something in this book. So, and as you open it up, and it'll be fun. It'll all work out really good, and it's going to be so well received. You're going to have to come back and do the audiobook version of this as well. But let's tell people right now how, if they want to get a copy of it, how they can do that. And I'm sure, without asking, if they ask and request a signed copy, you can do that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be, it's a first edition, author signature. When I'm famous, it's going to be worth money.
Well, see, there you go. So how can folks get this book?
You can call us at 308-536-3255. I do have an answering machine. Or you can email me at lebelitz, which is BELITZ, at AOL.com.
Well, as we look at this book, kind of the first story, or one of the leading stories, is one you wrote about your experience with your dad.
Yeah. When I was little, we'd always go out to my great-grandma's farm, which was located 8 miles north of Columbus. And my dad's farm, where he grew up, was just across the field from him, probably about a fourth of a mile. And it was in October of '86, my dad's dad passed away, and he took it really hard, and I just decided that I had to go out and take pictures of the farm, and then I wrote a poem with it. And so as the years have gone by, though, I've kind of, as a writer, you change things. But, yeah, I had to, just had to keep that, you know, like an heirloom. And thank goodness we did that, because about a couple years ago, they took down the farm. It's no longer there, so.
Have you always been kind of one of those that likes to get your feelings down, and either in poetry or prose or something like that, as events happen, and maybe as a way of not necessarily closure, but just of dealing with certain situations? Has that kind of been one of your go-tos?
Yeah, it has. It actually started when I was in the 9th grade. My English teacher had his journal, and it just seemed like that was very helpful, and just kept doing it. So just keep doing it today, too. So.
Well, before we wrap up, we asked Tracy to read the poem that kind of defines, or at least is the name of the book. So, Tracy, go ahead and read The Farmer's Wife.
Okay. I chose to be a farmer's wife through hard and easy times, a vow I hold close to my heart, though torn adversity binds. I love the farm, the land, the dirt, harmonizing with nature's scene, collecting patterns in memory's mind of artistic beauty, color scheme. The inner senses grasp for more to tell a different story. Look hard each day and you will find the land is God's great glory. He put it here to work and toil, frustrate and question why. Keep faith, believe, and question not, his path we chose to try. We gamble daily with decisions made and pray they're in the right. Something unseen keeps one foot down and the will to see the light. We've seen it all, the rains, the drought, the insects destroying it all. That's when we need to understand that strength inside can keep us tall. Unless you farm, this may be hard to grasp and understand. The man can leave the hard-worked land, yet the land stays with the man. I struggled with this concept for quite a while now. For me to understand, I had to be shown just how. I've spent some days beside my man and labored just as he. One can't express the love of land until you've worked it, see. It gives a sense of calmness, the layout of the land. It captures our being's essence in the palm of our God's hands. It touches your soul, your senses deep, in ways that one has forgotten. Childhood memories surface again, a claim that cannot be bought. It stirs the emotions with changing seasons, bringing closer the need for love. The colors so radiant, the wind so free, painting a portrait of love above. When your toils for the day are through and exhaustion escapes your body, lay back, relax, recapture your day, and thoughts your answers will be. So if I had a second chance to choose another life, there'd be no question in my mind. I'd choose a farmer's wife.
All right, Tracy. Well, folks want to have more of those thoughts and want to give that as a gift, either here at the holiday season or any time, as a perspective coming from a farmer's wife. Again, how can they get a hold of that?
You can call me at 308-536-3255 or email me at lebelitz@aol.com.
And you're also kind of doing mini book tours as you're able to go to different places, libraries, other festivals that you're set up, and I'm sure the word will get out on that as well.
Yes. Yeah, the next time I'll be at St. Paul next Thursday.
All right. Tracy Belitz, who is an author, and her first book, and get that up there so we can see it. There we go. A Farmer's Wife. It's first edition from a farm wife in Fullerton, Nebraska. On the road for Ag View, I'm Ken Rogers.